Crypto Hotep here with another trading video. This video is going to be a trade review from our spot altcoin portfolio that we just completed for an above 100% win. So we did close this trade that we're going to speak about today. Before we do, as a reminder, none of this is financial advice. Please do your own due diligence with crypto and any type of investing asset. And as always, these cryptos videos are sponsored by the one and only Coinbase. All my spot trades with my altcoins, all of my Bitcoin buys, I take them from Coinbase. I've been using them for almost 5 years now. And even though I've tried other crypto brokerages, I've always come back to Coinbase. They're the GOATs to me. And if you don't have an account, feel free to use the link in the description to create an account, or to link the one you already have with my link. And then that way you'll actually be supporting the channel. And as always, if you like these videos, subscribe, comment, like, share it. It helps the algorithm and helps me out, guys. So the trade that we're going to be speaking about is ticker symbol CRO, or the Kronos chain. So back in March, I noticed that 3 coins in particular seemed good. They looked good to me. One was CRO Pro that we're speaking about, and that was about March 10th. And then on March 16th, I updated my altcoin portfolio and added Maple, C, Kronos, and Ribbon Finance, as you can see here. And I also recorded a video on this right here. And the chart looks very similar to how I recorded this over 5 months ago. I got the receipts right here, guys. And we'll switch over to the chart so we can get my methodology and my thought process here. So when I saw, it was around March or so, we can kind of notate this here. I believe that was March 10th. I put in a buy here in March 10th with Kronos. Why did I do that? Well, I saw buyers coming into this weekly mitigated area. And if you're unfamiliar with the way I trade off the weekly time frame. I use Heikin Ashi candlesticks, and I use RSI, as well as trading volume and supply and demand. Go to the channel, go to my trading strategy playlist, and go to the video that has about like 700 views, but that goes over my whole methodology and trading style with Heikin Ashi. So as we notated the chart here with Kronos, we notated a weekly area here, because we did see some bullish pressure come from this weekly area here, and then also here. So buyers felt value in this area. Okay, in particular, I did notate this liquidity or support point at 0.0710. In addition to that, as always, I like to trade levels to levels because I like my trades very simple and very boring. So we found a floor, or a potential floor. Let's find a ceiling. So we looked and we saw that there is a ceiling here, because when we noted our demand, our weekly demand level here, we saw our supply level, or our ceiling here, based off of a couple principles that we've notated before. One of them being, we need to see bullish price action before a bearish move down. So we saw a bullish candle here, and then we saw 1, 2, 3 candles at the least of bearish price action. That means that this area is somewhat of value to sellers. As a reminder, this is the buyers right here, and these are the sellers. This is where price becomes expensive for your asset. And then I also notated this area here, because potentially price could come down and maybe wick this area, because this area saw some bullish price action right here, 1, 2, 3 candles up with a bearish candle here. So I notated this as well as just a point of interest that I wouldn't mind buying into. So I did place a buy here on March 10th. And then when I did see bullish price action with another bullish candle here to the upside, I did buy more of Kronos. Okay. One of my rules that I have with my trading style is I do not go full short or all into a trade with one buy, meaning that, say for instance, I have $2,000 to spend on a coin. I'm not going to put all my $2,000 in at one price point. Why? Because I think supply and demand are areas, and I would rather buy around or in those areas if I have the opportunity to, and then also to mitigate risk, I should say. Sorry. So I got those got those words jumbled. So to mitigate risk, I'd rather quarter out my buys, meaning I separate my buys into 4s or 5s of the total amount per coin. So for instance, if I had, let's go back to $2,000, I would spend about $500 per buy, depending on where the price is at that level. So here, for instance, and these are just random numbers here. So I put, say for instance, I put 500 here, 500 here or so, and then price came down. So I'm not going to buy here on a bearish candle. That's another one of my rules. I'm not going to buy on a bearish candle unless it's the first candle and I see some bullish price action. I'm going to wait till this candle goes green, or in my case white here, and then I'm going to buy again. So again, price came down into our weekly demand area, didn't hit the support point, that's completely fine, but it hit our weekly demand area and then produced a bullish candle in the next week. So I bought some more. Then another bullish doji happened. I bought some more too. And the reason I did, and that thought process here, is price has not collapsed. So this level, this weekly mitigated demand level, has held. What typically will happen if price collapse, and we'll zoom out here, is, for instance, if price develops a demand area, let's notate this because based on our rulings here, right here, let's zoom in just a little bit. So right here in this candle on July 22nd, with this bullish price action 1, 2, 3, this legitimately from our ruling is a weekly demand area. And you can even notate that there's a weekly support point right here as well. So what you would like to see, you wouldn't buy just off of this movement because you have to wait to see what price does when it comes back into it. Now, this is why we don't just blindly buy into a zone or a area. When price comes back into this, we don't see any sellers anywhere in this area. We see sellers here and here. We do see some sellers right here, but again, price hasn't reclaimed or got back over into this zone yet. Still below it. So we wouldn't have bought here at all. Okay. So I just want to mention that we're not blindly buying, where we actually have thought process with each buy. We only want to buy when the buyers are buying as well. So with that being said, I bought here, also bought here, because again, I'm just seeing incrementally, I'm seeing buyers come into the market at around this level. Now price came down. Again, it dipped. Was I nervous? Not really, because I would still buy in this area here or even down below here. And again, these trades did take time. As you saw, this was back in March. So again, I held this for a decent amount of time. So then when price solidified here, we got a nice bullish candle right here. I bought the bullish candle here, kind of at the tip of that candle here, and then I was out. All of my buys were done, and now we just sit and we wait. And this again is an area where some traders don't like, because you're not really doing anything now. You're just kind of managing your trade and seeing where it goes. Now, I did have some dry powder on the side if price fully collapsed this area and then started trading below here. I did have a little bit of money left here where I would have bought into this zone as well, but it didn't, and it followed this bullish trend. It started to trade above the 50 EMA, which is this purple line here, and then it just catapulted here. This weekly candle this week, which went to my target of 18 cents. and I actually sold a little bit higher, and I sold it at, I believe it was like 19 cents, 0.199, I believe I sold it at here. And the reason this made this big jump was shown that Trump actually invested into CRO, or is investing into CRO. Did I know that ahead of time? Of course not. Did I know that was going to happen? I did not. The only reason I took this trade was because a couple reasons. Is an exchange token as well for Kronos, the company. I do know the company as well. It's been around for a while. It has historical price action that spans several years that I can chart off of, and it's fairly easy token to trade off of. It has good fundamentals, and it's easy to trade. So that's why I took that trade here. And as you can see, this was our sell here. And all in all, we'll go back to our portfolio here, our altcoin portfolio. You can see this Kronos trade here in our CoinStats portfolio tracker. This is the P&L all time. My average buy at the end of the day was 0.09161. So about 9 cents was my average buy into Kronos. And then my sell-off, as I mentioned, was at 19 cents right here. That kind of upwards ticked almost 20 cents, generating an 117% gain. Now, some people may ask, Crypto Hotep, do you think Kronos is done? No, it's not. But again, with these altcoins, you don't want to marry the altcoin. You don't want to marry the bag, really. You're trading these altcoins. You're not investing in them. I'm not a long-term holder of Crow. I don't want to be. It reached a level which I had predetermined because I had marked and notated my charts. It got to my level. And over 100% gain on a trade, that's pretty darn good. Whether it be stocks, gold, silver, crypto, Forex, whatever it is, over 100% is pretty good. So I don't get greedy, which most traders will, and then return all your gains. I'd honestly rather leave money at the table than to just leave the table with no money. So that's my whole thought process here. As I mentioned, guys, if you want to know the strategy, it's free. Just go to the channel. I believe the first, I think they're in session. So just go to session 1 of the Heikin Ashi trading strategy, and then you'll see me kind of my thought process, how I mark up charts, and what I'm thinking. So all in all, a great trade with Crow. And you did see here, I'm as far as my allocations go, I'm USD heavy as of right now because we did take profits on Kronos, but we're putting it right back into the quote unquote business, right back into our altcoin portfolio. We did add Near Protocol as well. So we did add Near Protocol, and the reason we did, we'll quickly go into that, is the reason we added Near Protocol was because it had very similar characteristics to that Crow trade we just had. So price came down, it's kind of teeter-tottering in this weekly demand zone right here. The weekly demand zone here. We have bullish candles to the upside here. Nothing has collapsed as of yet. Nothing has collapsed yet. I like how it looks like price is basing right here. It's accumulating. Hasn't gone out of this box yet. It just kind of going up and down and up and down. I like when price does that because that means we're waiting for a big move here. So I did buy on a red candle as well. So I did buy. I will place another buy if we end on a green candle as well, and we're also below the 50 RSI here, and then we have some decreasing bearish volume here as well. So the upside, 150% plus gain potentially for this. I'm all for it. So but we'll cut this video short, guys. As always, if this video was helpful, feel free to like, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you think. Help the channel out, help me out, share the video. And as always, guys, thank you and happy trading.